Hello everyone. Today's practice will focus on opening of the shoulders and getting us both at internal and external rotation through the shoulder joint. It's a good idea to come to a comfortable seat right now, but if you need to elevate your hips at all, sit on a blanket or a bolster. At the same time, if sitting here isn't comfortable after a while, feel free to extend your legs out in front of you, stretch through the knees a little bit, and then come back into a comfortable cross-legged position. So we'll need a yoga strap primarily for today's practice. And as you come to seated, rest your hands, palms face up on top of your lap or your knees. But draw the elbows in close enough to your body so that you feel your elbows relaxing right underneath your shoulders. Get a sense of the alignment of your spine, your ears over your shoulders, and your shoulders stacked over your hips. As you start to center yourself, deepen the breath. And feel the breath pulling you into the present moment. As you're here breathing in and out through the nose, begin to find the pause at the end of your exhalation. The end of the exhale where you comfortably cannot exhale anymore. You might notice a 1 to 3 second pause at the bottom of the breath. Let your next breath, let your inhalation arise from that pause rather than a response to the exhalation. Feeling the breath as it comes full circle. And then opening the eyes and bringing yourself back into your space, your eyes focusing on what's in front of you. And we'll begin by taking the arms, reach the arms skyward. And as you lift the arms, lift also your side body from your waist up to your ribs. And then on your exhale, keep the palms together as you lower the hands down in front of your heart. We'll keep the palms together here. And on your inhale, breathe the arms skyward. And on the exhalation, separate the palms here. Bend your elbows out to your sides and feel your shoulder blades sliding down your back. Merge the hands in front of the heart center. Inhaling the arms up and overhead again. Exhale, separating the palms, bend your elbows, let your elbows drip down to your sides. Palms meet again in front of the body. Inhaling, arms reaching up. And exhale, separate the hands, bend at the elbows, elbows sliding down to your waist. Okay, 2 more times. Inhaling, reaching the arms up. Exhale, bending at the elbows. Shrugging your shoulders down, neck remains long. 1 more time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, breathing your elbows back and down. Good. Now from here, rest your fingertips down on the floor And the hands far enough away from you where you only land on the fingertips, the center of the palms lifting away from the floor. Now firm all 10 fingers into your yoga mat and see if by pressing the fingertips down, you can gain a little more length in through your spine. And then gently pressing the heart forward, the shoulders rest up against the back of the lungs. And then now release your chin all the way down towards your heart. Resist the shoulders from following your head as it bows in. Repress the pinky fingertip pads down into your mat, feeling the sides and the back of the neck grow long. And on your next inhale, let's lift the head back up over the shoulders. Now inhale your arms up halfway. And then on your exhale, breathe your arms forward and begin to intertwine the arms, stacking that right elbow on top of your left. And then trying to intertwine all the way up to the wrists or the forearms, and then pressing the hands toward each other. So if this isn't happening for you, this isn't accessible at this time, feel free to reach for opposite shoulders instead and stack the elbows one on top of the other. You'll still get the opening between the shoulder blades and a nice stretch around your shoulders. So either variation will work just fine. Whichever one you're in, lift your elbows about even with your mouth or your chin. Take a smooth breath in. Feel like you could poke the elbows forward to whatever's in front of you. Keep the spine nice and long. Relax the jaw, relax the mouth. And then on your exhalation, start to round your upper back, bringing your chin towards your chest, rounding your shoulders in. And keeping the length from about the tailbone to the belly button. So really just mid to upper back pretty much is rounding forward in flexion. Let the weight of your head drop. And then sense if there's any way to breathe that right shoulder a little bit further from your ear. Another breath or two. And on your next inhale, start to restack your spine. Lift your head back up over the shoulders. Take a nice big breath in so you're breathing particularly into that thoracic junction between the shoulder blades. And then inhale again and gently lift the chin and the elbows up. And then on your exhale, undo your arms. Let the backs of the hands rest on your lap or knees. Elbows hang heavy to your sides. And just feel for a moment any differences that you might notice between the right and the left shoulder or the sides of the neck. Next inhale, once again, we'll lift the arms up about shoulder height. And now switching sides, breathe the arms forward. Now the left elbow on top, the right one underneath. So either reaching for the shoulders or beginning to intertwine all the way up to the hands. From where you're at, lift your elbows even with your mouth. Keep the spine here nice and tall. And try to soften that left shoulder from the ear. And now begin to drop the head, chin towards heart. Draw the elbows in towards your chest, letting your neck, upper back, slight mid-back round. Noticing with each exhalation if the head itself becomes heavier as you release and relax the neck muscles. In the next few breaths, see if there's any way to relax that left shoulder further from the ear. And then on your next inhale, begin to stack your spine, rolling up, elbows back up even with the mouth, head stacked over your shoulders. Keep sort of poking the elbows forward. And now inhale, lift the elbows a little bit higher, lift the chin, lift the heart. And then on the exhalation, undo the arms. Rest the backs of the hands on the knees or the lap. As you exhale, soften the shoulders. Good. All right. So these next few poses will need the yoga strap. Okay, so again, a strap, a belt, or a towel will do. And for this particular work in the shoulders, we want to hold the strap between our thumb and our first finger. Draw the thumbs in toward the palm, and then wrap your other four fingers around the thumb. Pull the strap here nice and taut, a little more than knees width wide. So the whole time we want to stabilize the shoulder girdle by creating this tension or this tautness through the strap, and then settle the shoulders down. Soften the front of the ribs to the back of the ribs. And then as you inhale, start to lift your arms. Remember to keep that strap taut, lifting your arms overhead. And then once you get to the top, again, pull the strap apart. And then check your wrists and make sure that they aren't bending, favoring either inward or out. And send the wrist or the knuckles directly out from the wrists. Pulling the strap taut, slide the shoulder blades down the back, relax those trapezius muscles. Take another full breath. And then on your exhale, start to lower your arms down, keeping that strap nice and taut. Breathe your shoulders down until the strap comes just over those knees. All right, so a few more times here. As you inhale, breathing your arms up. Strap nice and taut. And then on your exhale, lowering your arms down. Again, inhaling, arms up. On the exhale, lowering your arms down. And inhaling, your arms reaching up. As the arms lift, careful that you're not creating an overarching or sway in the back. Keep the front ribs soft. And then this time, start to draw the strap back just a little bit more, possibly behind the ears. Good. And now pull that strap nice and taut again. For some of the postures where we're seated for quite a length of time, especially the practice with the shoulder openers, it might be a good idea to also use a chair. And when sitting in a chair, you're not leaning up against the very back of it. You want your spine to be engaged, so sit forward on the edge of the chair, lengthening through your spine and firming your feet flat on the floor. Have the knees bent directly over your ankles. And then looking forward, settle your shoulders back. You'll start to use the strap to move around, and you should have plenty of room for the full orbiting of the arms around the body here. Nice smooth breath. Now go a little bit wider. And then on your exhale, start to pull the strap. You're going to feel like you're hitting a speed bump. But once you get over that speed bump, the arms will come down nicely around the body. Good. Now from here, got to make your way back up. Go past that speed bump once again. Pull the strap apart. Get over that speed bump. And then exhale, breathing your arms back down. Okay, let's do that twice more. As you inhale, take your arms up and over, strap nice and taut. And then as you exhale, take your time here, taking the arms back and behind you, pull the strap taut, feel that stretch through the front of your chest. And then inhaling, get up over that speed bump again. You'll feel the stretch even into the pocket of your armpit. And then as you exhale, slowly breathe the arms down. All right, one more time. Inhaling, breathing your arms up. Exhale, keep pulling that strap. Arms coming all the way back and behind you. It should feel nice. Inhale, breathe your arms back up. And then exhaling, lowering your arms back down. And here you can release the strap. Just rest it on your lap here. Shake out the hands if you need to. And let your arms just rest on your legs here for a moment. And so hopefully you begin to feel this flood or this release of energy down your arms, even into your fingertips. Okay. So one more with our strap. Right? So we'll take the strap again, same position between your thumb and your first finger. Thumb goes on the inside of your palms. Wrap your four fingers around the thumb. Strap is nice and taut to start off. As you inhale, the arms come up and overhead. Okay. Now this one, think about flossing that space between your shoulder blades with your yoga strap. We're going to bring the arms all the way over to the left. Okay. And keeping that right arm like it's punching straight up to the ceiling, give yourself more strap as you slide that left hand down. Good. Now pull the strap nice and taut. Send that left hand back, almost toward that, past the back edge of your yoga mat. Keep punching your right arm straight up to the sky. Good. Deep breath in. And then bring your arms back up and center. Take both arms over to your right. Your left arm comes in by your face. Take your right hand back. Good. And then keep punching your left arm straight up toward the ceiling. Pull the strap apart. There you go. And however it is comfortable for you to send the right hand back, sort of feel for yourself what's right as far as taking it back to your comfort level. And then inhale, breathe your arms back up to center. And exhale, lower your strap down. Good. All right, very nice. Shake out the hands. Relax the shoulders here. And then just take a moment before we move on just to absorb any sensations you feel from those few postures that really help to open the shoulders, the front of the chest, that upper body. Good. Okay. Bringing the hands together in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. Interlace your fingers and send your hands forward towards whatever is in front of you. Relax your shoulders. And then as you inhale, send your arms up and over again. Pressing your palms up toward the ceiling as you ground your sit bones and your tailbone. Good. One more deep breath. As you exhale, release just the right hand down to the floor, and we're going to bend and lean over to the right side, opening up the left side ribs. Big breath in. Good. And then slide your top left hand behind your head and gently lean your head back into the hand. And as you lean the weight of the head back, feel that begin to open up this left side pectoral area into the shoulder. And then on the exhale, we're going to do a little bit of a crunch. So crunch that left elbow down towards your right knee. And then as you inhale, lean the head back into the hand again. This time maybe rolling the eyes up, the heart up, the chest lifts. And exhale, your crunch down, elbow towards that knee. Inhale, lean the head back. Rolling the heart up. Okay, one more time. And then crunching down. Initiate the movement back by leaning the head into the hands. Roll the heart up to the sky. Hold it right here. And then very gently, as if you wanted to lift the skin on the back of the neck, gently take your hand and kind of pull up on the back of the skull. Nice big breath. And then release. Top hand back up to the ceiling. And then releasing the left hand down by your side. Inhaling that right arm up and over. So let's get the lateral bend here first, opening up side ribs. And then placing your head into that right hand, lean the head back and already start rolling hard up. Okay, and we'll do those crunches. So crunching that right elbow down to that left knee. Inhale, lean the head back into the hand. Turn the heart up. Okay, 2 more. Rounding in. Inhale and pressing back. 1 more time. Crunching down and in. Inhale, lean the head back. So this one, let's hold it here at the top for a moment. Gently pulling up onto the back of the neck and the head. Roll the heart up. And then resend that right arm up toward the ceiling. And then on the exhale, breathing that hand back down to your side. Okay. We'll move our strap out of the way. And then come forward onto your hands and your knees. This way. So from hands and knees, tuck your toes underneath. And then we're going to stretch our hips all the way back towards the heels. Send the hands forward as far as you can. And then gently release your forehead to the floor. While you're here, fan your weight from the big toes to the pinky side edge. Rest the forehead and relax your neck. Now keep the arms here quite active so the fingers are constantly reaching. The elbows come up off the floor. And then focus on the 2 endpoints here, that first one being your palm and the second one being your shoulder blade. And send both endpoints down. But the space between the endpoints from bicep to elbow to forearm, that you're actively lifting up toward the ceiling. Create that action in both arms. And then on your inhalation, come forward, leave your hands where they are. Come forward with your shoulders coming over your hands. And then exhale, send your hips back once again towards your heels. Keep your arms very active here. Twice more, inhaling, bring your shoulders forward, right over those hands. And then exhale, sitting all the way back towards your heels. 1 more time. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, start to sit back. So let's add on to this. Keeping toes tucked, hips back toward your heels. We're going to drag the left hand down the side of the yoga mat. And then as the hand goes back, inhale and lift your hips and take that left arm, bring it all the way up and over, big circle through the arm. And now let's flow through this. As the hips goes back, so does the left hand. Inhaling as the hips come up, so does the arm, creating these big circles like you're swimming through space. And all the way back. Inhale all the way up. Okay, 2 more. Swimming that arm back, moving through your hips. Inhale, reaching that arm up. 1 more time. Landing that left hand down. And let's do the same thing, 5 on the right. Sliding back with your hips and right hand. Inhaling that right arm up and over, swimming through space. Exhaling, sinking back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. One more time here, big circle. And exhale, sinking back. And now relax the tuck of the toes, widen the knees. Let your belly fall between the thighs. Rest your forehead, and this time also rest your arms, your elbows, your forearms to your yoga mat. And then inhale, return to your hands and knees. So let's do one more here in quadruped pose. We'll take the right arm, send it out to the side about shoulder height, and then slide or thread your right arm underneath your left, sliding all the way to the outside of the shoulder and resting on the right side of the head or your right temple. The left hand can stay here by your face, or option to extend that arm forward toward the front edge of your mat. Move the hips a hair to the right. Breathing into the shoulders. Maybe even lifting the palm of your left hand, pressing your fingertips into the floor. And feel that settle your left shoulder deeper into the upper back. Another breath or two. And then that left hand comes back in by the face. Press up onto your hands and your knees. Right hand rests on the floor. Send your left arm out to the side, shoulder height. Thread your left arm underneath your right. Slide all the way to the outside of your left shoulder, left side of your head. Keeping the right hand by your face. Option to extend that right arm forward toward the front edge of your yoga mat. Or coming up onto the fingertips of that right hand and letting that right shoulder rest into your upper back. Relax the fingers of your left hand. Move the hips just a hair to the left. Bring that right hand back in by the face. Push up to hands and knees. And then crossing your legs behind you, sitting back onto the hips. All right, nice to work with the shoulders. Let's make our way to final pose into Savasana. So lying down onto your back, legs about mat's width wide, arms resting beside you but not touching you. Adjusting the shoulders so the blades feel like they're flat against the floor. Eyes closed. Sense your eyelids becoming very heavy like blankets, protecting your eyes from the light. Your breath here, easy and smooth. Getting a sense of your shoulders relaxing, your arms, your wrists, and your hands. And continuing to be aware of the slight and subtle releases of the body with each exhalation. A few more moments here in Savasana. Begin to deepen your breathing. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Hug your knees into your chest. And rolling to your side, slowly make your way up to seated. On your next inhalation, breathe your arms skyward, palms together, hands come down to your heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.